Hello, welcome to Cultural Spectrums and Jazz Pearls. I'm your host, Eric Frazier. We have a fantastic program in store for you today. We hope you'll enjoy it.
Among us are who we consider to be dignitaries in your own right, in which all of us here present are dignitaries. But I would like to single out some of the dignitaries of our district at this time. Here with us we have our immediate past district governor, Lion Audrey Dorn. We have our first vice district governor, Lion Jackie Phillips. Our second vice district governor and candidate for first vice district governor, Lion Anthony Cochran, accompanied by partner in service, Lion Joyce Cochran. We have PDG Ozzy Torres and partner in service, PDG Melissa Torres. PDG Alfred Burton and partner in service, Lion Denise. Okay, for those of you who I didn't recognize, yeah. Okay, PDG Jackie Williams. How could I forget you, Jackie? I'm so sorry. And for those of you who are not Lions, PDG means past district governor. So I just want to throw that out there, just in case. Our professional dinner guest, as per PDG Ozzy. We also have with us at this time our Cabinet Secretary, Lion Gloria Rennie. Also serving the district this year is our Cabinet Treasurer, Lion Tracy Walker. And at this time, I just want to acknowledge all the regions and zones who are serving currently. Regions and zones, stand and take a bow. Stand and be acknowledged, and regions acknowledged. We thank all of you for your service, past and present. At this time, I'll turn the mic over to our candidate, Lion Anthony Cochran.
Thank you, Lion Orban. Good morning again. I have the distinct pleasure to introduce the CEO, the person really managing our District 20K1, our very own Lion Debbie Harrison. Please come forward, Lion Debbie.
Thank you, Lion Anthony. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you. It's a pleasure being here, and it's always a pleasure to support my brother in service, Second Vice District Governor Anthony, and it's always good to be in his presence. So I'm here also. This is Black History Month, correct? Yes. And we're all happy and we're celebrating that. So what better way for us, for District 20K1, and for us to celebrate? It is my distinct pleasure to introduce you to our new first international vice president of Lions Club International, Douglas X. Alexander.
Thank you and good morning. It's an honor and pleasure to be here with you this morning. Yes, I'm still on cloud 9. I'm still wrapping my mind around this awesome opportunity that's been afforded me. And I know we have a busy schedule, but I just want to take a few minutes to just share with you how this all came about. Back in September, we were at the USA Canada Forum, and I was approached by a few people from the executive side telling me I should run for third vice president of Lions Club International. And I was thinking about it. Then in December, we had the unfortunate passing of our first international vice president, Haynes Townsend, who I served with on the board. And like I said, a little over 2 weeks ago, I get a phone call at home from our past international president, Joe Robleski, asking me if I could be available at 4 o'clock, so people would like to speak with me. So I said, sure, I could be available. And sure enough, that phone call came in, and they didn't ask me to run for third vice president. They asked me to step in as first vice president of Lions Club International. So I asked them if I could have at least 24 hours to think about it. And they said, well, can you get back to us in 22 hours? I said, yeah, I think I can make that happen. So of course I wanted to speak with my daughters, and they both didn't hesitate. They didn't say, well, think about it, Dad. They said, Dad, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. So that helped me make up my mind. You know, often people see the glamorous side of this travel, but this is a lot of travel. A lot of time zone differences, a lot of food differences, and most of y'all that know me, I'm a steak and potato kind of guy. I like to keep it simple, but I've learned in my years in being in corporate America how to try other things, because we don't want to offend anybody. Some of the places that we'll be traveling to are not the most sanitary in the world, so we have to take all of that into consideration. And I prayed about it, as I do about anything, before I do it. And I kept coming back with the same answer, go for it. Being that I was appointed, I actually have to run for the presidency at our convention in Singapore. So we need as many of you to come to Singapore to vote as possible. We know it's quite a distance and it's quite an expense. But this is history in the making. It's taken us 103 years to get here to this point, okay? And you know what I mean without me going in any deeper detail. Because, you know, when we talk with people all over, we don't want them to think this is a black thing. Because when they see me, they automatically know what I am. But I think it'll be good for our association, because more people will see the opportunity that is available to any Lion. As long as we serve, I want to continue to serve our association, and I make the same pledge to you I made to you 10 years ago when I ran for international director. I will do my best to make you proud of not only me, but of District 20K1, of multiple District 20, and for the Lions of the world. So I ask your prayers as I begin this extensive travel. I'll be heading to India in about 2 weeks, and I'll be there for a little over a week, visiting different parts of that country. Just to give you a little heads up about the convention, there's 16,000 people registered as of last week. 8,000 are from India. So I gotta go to India and smile and kiss babies in India. You understand how this works, okay? So I will leave it at that. Again, I ask you for your prayers, and I'm just honored to have this awesome opportunity to serve our association. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So let's hear it again for Doug as we know it. And let's make history. Let's continue to make history, and you'll see why in a few minutes. I have another question I'm going to pose to you, and that is, what is the theme for this year's 2020 Black History Celebration? No cell phones. Don't start Googling. No, not one? Okay, so you lost that prize. The theme this year is African Americans and the vote. African Americans and the vote. Does anyone know what was last year's? That's correct. Lion Jackie. We have a gift for Lion Jackie. Black migrations was last year. 2015, anyone knows? That was a century of Black life, history, and culture. And I'm going to take it back 10 years. In 2010, the theme was the history of Black empowerment, Black economic empowerment. So these are some things that I want you to follow up on. And if we go forward, we got to try somewhere to incorporate Lions Club with Lion Doug in there. Okay, so this might be the first for Lions Club International going forward. So think about it. Let's get out there and vote. Let's get up there and make an impression. Okay, moving along. We have a historical military perspective from Commander Willie Bennett. Let's welcome him to the mic.
Thank you. Good morning, all. My name is Willie Bennett. I'm the commander of Joint Chief Post, located at 414 Northern Avenue. Can you hear me? Okay. Now, I know that Anthony asked before how many Vietnam veterans are in the building. I'm going to ask you again, how many Vietnam veterans do we have here? One. Thank you for your service. Did you serve before 65 or after 65, sir? Okay, I served in 65. 68. Okay, but I want to tell you a little bit about my story from the fields of South Carolina to the war zone of Vietnam. And I know you hear the story that war is hell. It is. It is. I left South Carolina in 1963, came to New York, was drafted in South Carolina, had a transfer to New York, and left Whitehall Street on October the 1st, went back to Georgia, did basic and AIT, and then to Hawaii. Now, I was 18 years old, a young black guy, going to Hawaii, know it's going to be a great place to be because the sun shines, beaches, but it didn't work out that way, not too well. In November of 1965, the 25th Division got orders to deploy to Vietnam. And in December of 65, the 25th Division deployed the 3rd Brigade, which had 5,150 men and 9,000 tons of equipment to Vietnam. Well, I was just one of that 5,000. Right? We were deployed to the southeast sector of Vietnam to operate. The operation that we performed was called Blue Shield. Blue Shield. All right? After serving in Vietnam for 1 year, just before it's time for me to come home, I was not ordered, but I had to take a convoy down to Pleiku airstrip to pick up men that was going to replace us at the base. Well, the airstrip was about 30 miles from where we was. And on the way to the airstrip, I think we was about 15, 20 miles away, we got a call to bring the convoy back because they had just bombed the airstrip. So most of the men that we was going to pick up was killed. You know, not all was young black men, but a high percentage of them probably was. And the same as the 5,000 men that went with me. I really don't know how many made it back, but I can assure you that all 5,000 didn't come back. Some of them had to pay the ultimate price. I was one of the lucky ones, I guess. Me and others that made it back from Vietnam to New York. Right now, if you're a veteran, be proud. Hold your head high, and don't be ashamed to say you were veteran, because you served. All right? Now, after I came out of Vietnam back to New York, then I joined the Army Reserve, served time, 26 years, and then I'm out now. But since that time, I became a commander of the George P. Davis Post right there on Nostrand Avenue. And there's one other thing I want to say, that most of the veterans are located right here in Bed-Stuy. Right here in Bed-Stuy. So as the commander of George P. Davis Post, what we're trying to do is trying to set up a program over there so that we can reach out to these veterans in Bed-Stuy that need help. You know, and to try to provide them with much help as we can. You know, we don't have the place set up yet, but we're in the process of setting it up, hoping we can get some of the politicians, any politicians in here, to come over and visit us. Maybe you can give us a hand or help us get finance from somebody to help us redo our building. And we open it up to a lot of people, have offices who want to come in and do something, serve, to help the black veterans right here in Bed-Stuy. But that's most of your veterans are right here in Bed-Stuy. And if you're a veteran, don't be ashamed to say it. Okay? Just remember that war is hell. I guess I was one of the lucky ones that made it back. So Twana was there also. Very best was there. You know? So if anybody, if you get a chance, come down to 414 Nostrand and visit us. If you got some help for us, bring that too. We need your help. Okay? Want to have anything? That's it. Any question? Well, I'm not one that likes to talk a lot. Understand? I'm not a great communicator, but I try to do my best to help you, believe it or not. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Commander. Thank you for your service. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for your experiences that you've brought with us this morning. While we wait the arrival of our guest speaker this morning, just a shift in the program a little bit. We have African drums and dancers. I'm going to present you Eric Frazier, and he's going to give you a little bit more.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? How you doing? Very good. How about a hand for my man Tony Cochran, ladies and gentlemen? Just a wonderful, fantastic person. How about a hand for my man with the black veterans? I just want you to know that I'm one of the originators of the Black Veterans for Social Justice. We started that with Mr. Carter and others. You know them? All right, very good. Thank you very much. We're going to do a number for you, ladies and gentlemen. And the name of this rhythm is called Lamba. And joining me will be Mr. Mamadou Konate. How about it? Yes. Ms. Khadija Harper. Dancers, Ms. Crystal Cragen and Ms. Imani Wilbur. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Mamadou Konate, Ms. Khadija Harper, Ms. Imani Milburn. Thank you. Mr. Mamadou Konate, Ms. Khadija Harper, Ms. Imani Milburn, Ms. Crystal Crane. Thank you. Yours truly, Eric Frazier. Thank you very much.
Okay, are we ready for the door prizes? Are we ready this time?
Okay, who's feeling lucky this morning? Woo! Okie dokie. Let's get it back to me. It's okay. You want to shake it. There's going to be 11 prizes, so 11 winners. Okay, these are the red and white tickets that you received when you got in, okay? Everybody has these? We're not talking about the Chinese auction because I got mine picked already, but. So I'm going to go around. When you're going to pick, please close your eyes, okay? Because this is an open. We're going to have the candidate. Up first. Go first. Here, you want to... As they're picking those numbers, the first lucky winner that we have, 532. Everybody got it? Okay. 979. 532, 979, come on down. Let's see the lucky winner. That's correct. We got it. Here you go. Okay, next number. 532. 943. 943. Jaylene, they said to shake it, but don't break it. No? No 943? Yeah? do want to report that PDG, Ozzy, and I were in Puerto Rico, and thank God, you know, for those of you that don't know, that is his hometown. One of his hometown is being hit big with the earthquakes that are going on down there. They're getting a lot of assistance right now with water, food, the works right now currently. So right now, we're okay, but they're losing a lot of their homes. How do you replace your homes, your property? I think they're going to be trying to reach out to LCI and apply for grants because, you know, the necessity is big. Unlike the United States, most Puerto Ricans don't carry insurance. So I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you.
Thank you, PDG Melissa, and congratulations to the winners. Maybe next time I'll win something. Okay. Okay, are we ready for the Chinese auction? Otherwise, Lion Event, are you ready? Lion Event? Lion Event? Lion Event, are you ready? Okay, she's gonna get back to me. We're wrapping it up on the Chinese auction. It seems like more sales will be made at this time. Right for me? Okay, we listen to the cool songs of Herman Flores in the meantime while they wrap up the Chinese auction. We don't want to prevent anyone from winning. Okay. I could do some commercials in the meantime. Housekeeping. Lion Cochrane has a bus going to the convention. We still have space available. Anyone interested? See any one of us here on the committee, myself, Lion Cochrane, you can approach in. He doesn't mind. Any member of this committee. Also, for our first Vice International President, you will be seeing some fundraising activities coming out shortly. As you know, it takes a lot to run a campaign in order to be successful. So you'll be seeing some fundraising stuff coming out soon. For instance, we'll be having polo shirts, we'll be having fundraisers, we'll be having raffles, all in support of our first International Vice President candidate, Lion Duck. So stay tuned, they'll be out shortly. Also at midwinter in February, there's going to be a special election. I ask you to make sure that your clubs are financial. You have to come out and vote, make sure we have representatives, delegates that are in good standing so that we can make this voting worthwhile. Also, on your tables, there's some beautiful picture frames, really nicely done. We ask that you do not take them. You can take everything else. Oh, please leave the tablecloths too. But you can take everything else except the picture frames and the table covers. Okay? All right. Raffles, are we ready? They're still selling, so we don't want to prohibit that. So I'm ready for you, Lion. We'll be back with you shortly.
band leaders up here, and I'm going to ask Gene Gee to call a tune for us. And you've heard Gene Gee or seen Gene somewhere in these New York metropolitan areas. He hails from New Jersey, but he also was from Brooklyn too. He got a little Brooklyn in him. So. Okay. To the crowd. What you want to call, baby? Hi, thank you for watching. Don't forget, tune in next week to Cultural Spectrums and Jazz Pearls. Same time, same station. Until then,